Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and today we're gonna play Draft of Darkness. Now this is an alpha demo, so very early in the development of the game, but it's part of the Steam Game Demo Festival. And this is a horror-themed roguelike deck builder. It had some interesting features that are a bit different from typical roguelike deck builders, and that's the combination of cards and equipment, and also resources. So let's start a new round and I'm gonna walk you through it. So we can pick our character. We can either be playing here with Jake, or later on we will be able to unlock Kara. But we're going to be playing with Jake. Every card in this game requires a certain equipment to be able to use it. So we have Jake can use pistol cards and flare cards. So in order, currently his deck of cards is mostly pistol cards. So we're going to have to give him a pistol in order to be able to use that card that he has in his deck. Another really interesting thing is that these cards, as opposed to just using mana, or here it's called energy as is typical in roguelike deck builders, here we actually have to use resources that are kind of gathered outside of combat. So, for example, some of these cards like pistol shots are actually going to be using a bullet. So you need to have enough bullets to be able to use. And this is quite interesting because it makes the gameplay a little bit different. There's some other things that make this game different from typical deck builders, but we're going to talk about it a little bit later. So let's go and play with Jake. I'm going to name him after one of my patrons, so this is going to be Rudy. So we've got Rudy here, and let's begin. Alright, so here we are with this interesting dream terminal. The terminal is in a bad shape, but still usable. The text on the screen says, "Ordered goods will be delivered to you via our unparalleled 3D printing technology. Don't worry, you won't know the difference." So we can browse the second-hand shop. Okay. So this isn't there when you're playing your first test game, but afterwards it becomes. So we can buy a magnifying glass. Doesn't matter if you enjoy reading or not. Having one of these always makes you feel better. It gives us a passive ability that all allies gain 1 intelligence for each note held in the inventory. It's interesting. A gift box, which gives us, some of these items just have passive abilities like the glass, but some of these can be used, and some items can be used in exploration, and some items can be used in encounter or combat, and some can be used in both. So this is something we can use in both. A Christmas themed gift box. What's in it? We can either designate a possessor in exploration, or open the present in encounter, which is going to allow us to draw 3 cards, restore energy to full, but will destroy the item. During the possessor's turn, for every 6 cards you draw during an encounter, draw an extra card. So essentially, if you use this in exploration, we can just gift it to our friend or somebody. So we're gonna grab this. I like it a lot. Let's take it. Oh, don't we have 8 resources? We don't have any resources. Okay, that's okay. This is something we'll be able to get much later on. So we're gonna walk away. So leave the terminal. Its cleaning mechanism starts wiring. All right. Now here we can grab some items. We can get pistol bullets, A batteries, and some gear. Now we're going to go to our equipment. We're going to equip our gear. So at the moment we have this M1915 weapon. This is really important because this is going to allow us to use all the pistol cards. We're also getting a spongy toppy, which increases my dark defense and crit chance but lowers my physical defense. So there are essentially 2 types of power or damage in this game. You've got physical and light, and then for physical power you've got physical defense, and for light power you've got dark defense, and then men power is about healing. So we're just gonna equip this because I think we're okay with this guy being, well, actually, do we want him to have physical defense or dark defense? I think we'll do the dark defense, simply because the dark defense is so much higher than the physical defense. So you can see that our physical defense is now 2, but dark defense is now 6.25. Alright, let's keep moving through this area. Alright, we're gonna go to our first combat. Okay, we're gonna fight a sick rat. It's pretty cool. So on the top here you can see my health, on the bottom you can see my energy, and up here you can see my resources. If we had any items that we could use, we're gonna have a list over here. So we're gonna be using the pistol bullets anytime we do a pistol shot, and then we have A batteries, which we can really use them for anything just yet, but maybe later on. You can see when you hover over this card the damage it's going to do. The damage, each card has some basic damage, and the rest of the damage is affected by your physical power. And here you can see the energy. So we've got 10 energy total. We're going to start with the pistol shot, who would do 11 damage. Now, if the rat has some sort of a strong enough physical defense, it would lower the damage it's going to do. But right now it's actually not lowering anything. the way you would see is that normally this says deal 5 and it's white. If you hover over the red, it says deal 5 green. If the red had higher defense, it would then change to, for example, deal 4. But it doesn't have strong enough defense, so it's not going to hurt us too much. Also, you can, over here on the right top, you can see the timeline. This is pretty important because some abilities allow you to push the enemy's turn away. See, now you can actually, okay, it still says deal 4. It's because they put an effect on us that lowered our physical power. That's why we only do 4 damage now. So like I was saying, with the timeline, you can push the enemy's turn to later. So you can essentially stop them from having a turn. Now, we could buy a pistol shot, which you can see here that the basic damage is 5, but we actually do 15 because of our physical power. I kind of wish this number would actually show the number based on your physical power. I think the reason why it doesn't do that is because you can have a party, you can have multiple people in your group. And so if this number was changing, it wouldn't be obvious who it's related to. But it seems when you're picking the card, it seems like everything is very weak compared to what you just had. So it can be a little bit confusing. So this would be my suggestion to somehow change this. I'm not quite sure how exactly. But or at least maybe deal 5, and then here on the left you would have the physical power of your party. So here would say like Jake, and his physical power is 10, for example. And then if you hit other people, it'd be like, so that you would know the damage it's actually gonna do in the fight. Then we could get clean pistol. What I like about this is that it doesn't actually cost me any resources, it doesn't cost me any bullets, but it also doesn't do any damage. It allows me to draw 2 cards, restore 2 energy, so essentially it costs me 1 energy to play, which could be useful because we could get those grasp hits, which don't cost us any bullets, but I don't know if this is relevant enough. This deals 3 basic damage, 9 with the critical hit. Our chances of critical hit are very, very low, so I'm not going to bother with this. I think we're going to grab the clean pistol. Now, when you pick a new item, you don't automatically put it into your deck of cards. You can choose to, or you can choose to not do that. This is again because you have multiple characters, so you can choose who you're putting it to. One thing to keep in mind though is that if you put it into your deck of cards, it's not easy to remove. You have to get an event to actually remove cards. So we're gonna put the clean pistol here. We've got a new dirty hoodie, which will increase our physical defense, our dark defense, but lower our physical. Kind of want to have a good enough physical defense, so we're not going to wear it. And we've got some encounters here on the left. I could have taken the equipment first, but that's okay. Now this remains this poison thing. So we'll start with the pistol shot. I think very low damage now. Yeah, I think we might be better off with these grass pits. Also, it doesn't take away so many resources, so you'll be able to kill it, I think, next turn or the turn after that. Yeah, this is not great. We have 5 seconds per stack of this poison effect, so we're gonna do a very low damage here. Not much I can do about it. Yeah, it's gonna be 1 more turn before we can kill it. Could also try to flee if you wanted to, but we're not gonna do it. A flee card will be added to the hero's draw pile. Using the flee card will abort the encounter. While fleeing, all allied characters will have reduced outgoing damage. Yeah, we're not gonna do it. But just so you know, you can. This thing that lowers our damage is just not great. Poison rats are not ideal. On the bright side, we're not really losing much health. We're doing fairly okay health-wise. Okay, sick rat is dead. Got some batteries, some matches, some more gear, and we can pick a new card. Give riposte 8. Deal 8 damage back on receiving melee damage. Now, this obviously is a fantastic card, right? So we might say, hey, take it. Actually, it's not. And the reason for that is because in order to use it, you need to have injection weapon. Now, that means first of all, we need to have an injection that we can equip on somebody which we don't have. But even if we did, Jake cannot use it. Because remember, when we were picking the character, it didn't actually say that he can use injections. He can use pistols and flares, and that's it. So this would be good to have for later on when we get Clara, if we get Clara. But right now, it's kind of, it would just be waiting to be used. So instead, I think we'll take either a wounding bullet, 4 energy, deals 4 damage, apply 1 weak. This is twice as much damage as we get from the grasp hit, so that would be, I think, grasp gives us 4, so this would give us like 8 actual damage. Or headshot reflex. No, we're gonna grab the wounding bullet. The weak, by the way, makes the enemy take more damage. No, I think it lowers their strength. Now we've got a level up, so we can either increase our strength, and what's really cool is that you can see here the effect it's going to give you. or our vitality, which increases health, dexterity increases speed and crit chance, and intelligence increases light power and manpower. We're gonna go straight up for physical power because that's what I care about the most with him right now. Got some more bullets and gear jeans, which increases our speed. I don't think this is something that we want. Lowers our physical defense, increases our speed. This is not the kind of build I want to have with him. I just want him to be like pure raw power. Okay, now we're gonna have a lot of spiders. Now, if you know me, you know that I hate spiders, so click that subscribe button just for my sacrifice, because I really hate them. Now, spiders here have dodge, so the first attacks, we're not gonna do any damage, so I'm gonna start this off with this grasp hit, so I'm not wasting my pistol bullets on them. Also, they're so big. I don't like that. So as you can see, the poison actually does remain between combat. So we also get webbed, reduce speed. Yeah, so speed just means that we go later. So because of him, but it doesn't matter too much because there are only 2 enemies. If there were like multiple enemies, it would have more of an effect. Stealth can be targeted by foes. Decays on targeting an entity. So can't do anything. Struggle. Remove webbed, 1 volatile. Okay. Remove webbed again. This is increasing our speed. Not particularly useful. Oh, we go again? But we still can't. Oh, sorry, I didn't finish clicking the web, so I was like, oh, why is that not moving through? We lowered our poison, that's good, which means we're increasing our physical defense and power. But we're still kind of webbed and we're getting hit a lot. We're gonna need to heal up after this fight. Alright, we still can't target you? We can target you now. Okay. So we'll do some pistol shots. I think we want to get rid of him fairly quickly. And we should be able to do it this turn. Yes. That was good. We lost some HP, but it shouldn't be too terrible. Deal 6 damage, gain dodge. This is amazing because 1 attack we can just completely avoid. Alternatively, apply blinded, reduce speed to 0. Not sure if I care. Convert all courage into protection. This is interesting if you have cards that give you courage, because courage increases your physical power, and then what you can do is like, okay, if the enemy is doing a big hit, you can just switch it to protection. But we're going to grab the shoot from cover, and we also need to make sure that we're actually equipping our cards into our deck. So first of all, let's equip our inventory. Increase light power, lowers defense, we don't care. Let's use this. Deal 10, apply weak. I think we're just going to put all of these here. We want to use them up. And we're going to talk to the guy before we fight more spiders. Between you and me, maybe we should quit. What? How dare you say that? Okay, so now we can buy some new items using our resources. Or we can sell items to get resources. Each shop trades with different resources. Some shops accept coins while others trade with bullets. So we've got 16 bullets and 20 batteries. We could buy some stuff. What is something we could actually use? Because a lot of these seems to be injection based. A dream prepaid card. So this actually would give us 4 of these cards that we saw at the beginning. The resources that we need to actually buy stuff from the machine. So I think, we could get that, but do we care enough about it? We could get ourselves a syringe. Is this a flare weapon type? Yes. I don't think the syringe is going to work, so instead I think we're going to grab this either cracked flashlight, or we could just double up on the weapon and get a much better weapon. No, we don't have the credits for a weapon. Okay, never mind. Because we've only got pistols and bullets. We could sell some of our stuff. We could sell some of our gear. Jeans. How many credits would I need for this pistol? 5. So if I sell everything I have here, okay, let's do it. Let's sell junk. So does that mean that this is something I have equipped? Because I didn't sell it as part of the junk? Presumably. Do we want to lose our pants? At least we should only have 1 of these equipped. Let's sell all of these and we'll buy the pistol. And we'll go to our inventory. Okay, didn't take away what we were wearing. Good. So now we have the better pistol, which increases our crit chance. and it's of a much higher level. So, we'll see. Didn't actually do that much. Maybe we shouldn't have bought it, but too late for that now. The spider's trying to follow me. Don't worry. Got a beggar here. A man sitting near the wall catches your eye. He doesn't seem to be aware of you, probably unconscious or sleeping. Oh, let's wake him up. Call out to him but get no response. You decide to shake him a little and suddenly he holds his throat, seemingly trying to cough something out. He's choking. Let's help him. You rush to him, lean him forwards and strongly hit his upper back a few times. He starts gagging and coughing and suddenly something darts from his mouth. While trying to catch his breath, the poor man looks at you with gratitude, reaches out his back and gives you some pistol bullets and batteries. As you take the items, he returns to his sleeping position and finds that he wants to be alone. Granting his wish, you walk away. That was great! Now let's go fight some spiders. That's cool, thanks man. Why are we always poisoned? Like, are we not capable of not being poisoned? Oh, this is not great. Oh, it decays every 3 steps during exploration. Okay, fine. We're not doing many steps apparently. So, as always, we're doing very low damage because we're very incapable. Hey, do you have dodge, spider? Yes, 3 dodge. So we'll hit him twice. Do we want to waste 1 pistol shot on him? We could hit him once afterwards. I think we'll do it. Go. Dodge, but now we can hit him once for 8 damage, which is not much. But it's better than nothing. I'm doing something at least. What's she giving me now? Radiation? Over 40 stacks causes radiation sickness every 8 steps. That's okay. Now we've got 9 damage, which I think is 8. Trying to decide if I could... If I were to use these grasp hits, whether I would be able to kill him, but I wouldn't be able to. Because I do want to conserve my bullets, so if I can kill him with the grasp hits, I would rather do that. I'll have to wait and see. This is 4 damage. Okay, fine. I was hoping we would get something like to draw more cards, because we do have it in our deck of cards now, but... We get bullets, we get gear, great bright torch. So this is a flashlight weapon. See this. So we could now use snap out of it if we were to have the flashlight weapon. Remove all blinded from the targeted ally, and if you do, give them 1 adrenaline. We don't have blind any enemies, so we don't really care. Deal 6 damage, gain dodge, or deal 4 damage to a random enemy 5 times. This would be good. Like, remember when we had that spider that we couldn't target? This would allow us to do at least something. But it costs 3 resources, which is a lot. I think we'll grab the shoot from cover again. Let's grab our inventory. Oh, sorry, let's first increase our strength again and work on our inventory. Now, the way this works is that you have these 2 weapons that are sort of automatically equipped. And then you could also have 2 more weapons that are in like an alternative position. And then inside combat you could switch from the main to the alternative weapons. If you do that, it will cost you 1 energy. So the question is, do we want to have 2 pistols as our main weapons and then the flashlight as our alternative? Or would we like to have 1 pistol and 1 flashlight as the main setup, because that means that we can always use either one of those things? I think certainly at the moment it would be better off to put this into the alternative slots, and the reason for that is we don't actually have anything in our deck of cards that uses the flashlights. Oh, I thought I already put it in here. Okay, fine. Do it now. I keep forgetting to click save, so I just click it and then I'm like, oh, expecting it to work. Then I'm like, no, we don't actually have this thing. So let's do some proper combat with all of our new stuff. But actually, I shouldn't have moved because we could have gotten a new guy most likely. Just, oh, you're gonna be poisoned just like for the rest of our lives, but that's okay. There are 2 cards restore to energy. We might do it after, but let's first hit this up. Sure. And now we can do 2 more pistol shots. Not sure if that was the best idea. Maybe we should have just done the grasp hits, but whatever. Deal 8 damage, apply weak. Should just look at what the weak does. It doesn't tell us here. Okay, but it's gonna show us here. Reduce physical defense and dark defense. Shoot from cover now deals 12 damage. 10 up on hit, okay. And if we do... It's only gonna be 10 up on hit. Yeah, we can actually use it because we don't have any more energy, but I was not gonna use it anyways, because 3 grasp hits should kill it, which means we don't have to waste another bullet, which is fantastic. Let's grab all of our stuff. Apply blinded 1 and attract 1 to another ally. Gain stealth. So we can be targeted, but our ally would be. Or gain courage. We're gonna grab the gain courage. Because it's a permanent for the remainder of the combat, which can be really useful. Please take me with you. Sure, yeah. I have no problem with that. Nurse Camilla. Oh, and she can use these injections. That's so good. I totally want you. I love how the options are I want you. Like, apparently we met her and we fell in love upon the first sight of her masked face. It's gonna be like the 2020 love stories. I saw her and I saw her red mask and it just took my breath away. Alright, what are we wearing? And by that I mean, what can I equip you with? And don't get any ideas. Okay, she gets light power. That's probably good. I assume she has light power stuff in her deck. This is physical. At 2 stacks to an existing buff. Okay, so she is good at removing buff, which is good because we're always poisoned. We don't even know what it's like to not be poisoned. Maybe that's why we love her so much, because like she's good at removing our poison. I don't know. Okay, let's save this. And she doesn't have anything that uses light power, surprisingly. So, you know. Alright, let's go grab some stuff here. Maybe we can get something good for her. Chemicals and baseball toupee. Alright, girl, you don't have a hat. Let me give you one. 1.9 defense. What's the one? Actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna switch this. I'm gonna give her the dark defense. And I'm gonna give myself the physical defense. Can I get some more stuff here? More chemicals, another hat. Okay, what does this new hat do? Increases physical power and dark defense. Yeah, we care more about physical power than physical defense, sure. You can also, by the way, click here on the map so you can see like the full thing. Let's go up top. I just want to do like one party combat so that you can see how it looks. Room key. Must open one of the doors inside the residence. Okay. This is an interesting fight. Like a big rat. We're not poisoned! For the when we finally, okay, now we're poisoned. I was gonna say, the first time we actually have a healer who is capable of removing my poison. We're not poisoned, like that's no fun. Now we're starting with Jake or Rudy, as I like to call him. We've got the Rat King here, so let's start with some pistol shots. And Rat Queen, ooh, I love it. There are a couple too. So are we apparently. It's end of turn. The Rat King and Queen attack us. Oh, that's kind of funny. I love the I want you. It's just, it made me laugh in my test game too. I was like, this is so cool. Not like, sure, join me, or, you know, there's strength in numbers. Just, I want you. That's it. Restoration 6, restore 6 health on DK. First, I would like you to remove... Oh, it removes the buffs from enemies. I thought it removes debuffs from me. Okay. I guess we'll make the Queen bleed. Can deal 2 bleeding damage on DK, and we'll give restoration to Rudy. Do you have any buff? You do have the restoration buff. You don't have the energy for it. Remove 3 buff stacks. Well, they do have protection, so let's remove protection from the Rat King. Increase physical defense by 5. Okay, well, that's not so great. By the way, if you're wondering about the like color bleed and the sort of, I guess, lines over here in this thing, you can remove them if you want to. Now we've got deal 14 damage and gain dodge. Absolutely. It's only 11 because he has that defense, but it's okay. Deal 9 damage and apply weak. Also fantastic. And then we're going to do a pistol shot. Yeah, I don't think this is the time. Okay, well, then we'll use the grasp. I was gonna say, this is not the time to try to conserve our bullets. We could also use some items like energy drinks, which will restore 3 energy for me. Let's do it. And now we can use another pistol shot on the Rat King. Do we have any healing? A lot of pennies, matches, batteries, and pistols. No? Okay. This will end our turn. What do we have here? We have the dodge in 1 second, which I think is like 1 turn. we should get our restoration back? No, not yet. Okay, we're gonna have to wait a bit longer. I would love the heal, but not quite yet. They have strength on them. Yeah, we're gonna have to remove a lot of the buffs on these enemies. Because they have a lot of them. I do love that the queen is bleeding, but it's not doing much damage. So stop hitting my healer! Like, why are the rats so smart that they actually understand that they should be hitting my healer? Alright, first of all, we're gonna use courage here to gain more physical defense. Then I think we'll use shoot from cover, which is gonna do 19 damage to the enemy. This is 7. Okay. If we use an energy ring, we'll get extra 3. Which is gonna give us then 3 left and draw more cards, so we could use a pistol shot. So let's do it. Let's grab an energy drink. We'll use the clean pistol. And then we could use a pistol shot. Which is a bit wasteful on the attack, but this means that the rat king cannot hit me anymore, which is fantastic, because we're definitely something that we need. We're gonna end our turn because there's nothing else we can do. We've got courage, we've got dodge, and we've got the restoration. Alright, okay, first of all, what do you have? She has strength. Okay, so first thing we're gonna give restoration to ourselves. And then we're gonna remove buffs from the queen. And give her more bleeding? Sure. We're gonna bleed a lot. Okay, now... Not quite... Very soon, Rudy should be able to heal himself. Stop hitting my healer! Like a rat! Red's like, I'm attacking! Camilla, I'm gonna destroy her! Like, please stop. Okay, first we'll start with courage. Because then instead of 18 damage, it's gonna be 24. Shoot from cover is 29 minus his defense. We do not have enough for a grasp it, but that's okay because... Oh no, the red goes before Camilla. No, I think the red is going to kill... Whew! So I'm gonna kill my nurse because we just got the healing on time. That was perfect. That would have been so bad. Oh, and it actually killed on bleeding. Perfect. This was probably a boss fight. This seems like it was a boss fight. Oh, we've got a cool new weapon and a new card. No mercy. Deal physical damage equal to the bleeding on the target. So if we give our nurse a knife, this would be a fairly okay combo. Yes, this is interesting. Slowpoke. Apply slowness or just deal blunt hit damage. Now let's grab the no mercy. I like it. And we could move through the stairs to the next map if we wanted to. But I actually think that this is a good time to end the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, write down in the comments. And you can click on the right towards some other games that we play on this channel. I'll see you there. Bye bye.